Mm-hmm. True and true. You said you'd be there for me. Do, for a moment. Paralyzed. To understand. Better hope than everything. Paralyzed for a moment. Better hope you understand. Better hope everything. You said you'd be there for me. Paralyzed for a moment. Better hope to understand. Better hope to know every day. You said you'd be there for me. True and true. True and true. You said you'd be there for me. Better hope for a moment. Better hope to understand. Better hope. Don't blink, kiss your blink. Welcome to the Welcome to the Show. We're doing well, having a wonderful day on this. 5th June 2025, we had a little bit of problem called phone overeating. I apologize sincerely. So yes, I was talking. Eaton felt vindictive, which is vendetta. You know, vendetta. Because I am in vendetta high. And he's enough to feel that way. So he made a 4 hours, a 4 hours content nuke. Right? And then people just stole it. So 4 hours of edited content is a lot of time. I'm complaining about doing 2 hours and it's not edited. So imagine 4. So he complained. And people were reacting to the fact that, oh, Ethan Klein is gonna sue me. And the funny thing in the video is he mentioned only 2 people. Right? So the other people, it wasn't, in the video where he said he was gonna sue 22 minutes. 22 minutes. He's gonna sue people. And if you feel like I'm talking about you, like, that's what he said. If you feel like I'm talking about you, I talk about you. That wasn't. I mentioned 2 content creator. I wasn't gonna mention anybody else. You just felt like I was talking about you, It's crazy. And yeah. You see, you're allowed to feel how you want to feel. This is the most beautiful thing. I have learned an important lesson. You're allowed to feel the way you want to feel, and people are allowed to feel the way they want to feel. So if you think that you're not justified, right? Why did I not learn it before? Well, because I think that some people, that's right, my mom, I love her to death, but my mom, she has a really hard time handling stress, so she'll blow it up. She'll put oil on the fire when there's no oil needed, you know what I mean? It's not her fault, it's because of her a stroke, which affects her nervous system, which means that she has less nerve than somebody that didn't have a stroke, let's say. And the funny thing is, I was talking about my father yesterday. And you know what's crazy? I never told the story because I learned it yesterday. She had my stroke, I was 6 years old, 7 years old. I remember that. My father told me yesterday. Because I asked my father, where was I? I said, oh, you were crying. I said, why did you cry? He said, oh, when you saw your mom, you started crying. My father said, when you saw your mom, you started crying. I don't know why. Because she's having a fucking stroke, bro. My dad. No. And I don't remember that feeling. I don't remember that. I don't remember seeing my mother on the floor, paralyzed. I don't know why. I don't remember. Which is weird, right? Maybe a little bit. A tiny bit. Thank you. So yeah, so when you have a person in your life that's often overreacting, you ask yourself the question, okay, well, are people overreacting or are they just, and now I'm learning that she's right to act like that. My mom, I admire that about her. My mom's a fucking Karen. and I can say proudly, I went. There's one time where I went to McDonald's, and they served me a poutine. They didn't give me a fork. Then my mom, she gave a lot of shit to the cashier, and I felt bad for the cashier because I'm like, damn mom, it's not a big of a deal. But it wasn't a big of a deal. I could eat, you know. You're paying for a service and they don't give you a service, so it's tough. It's tougher, you know. And you feel like people are overreacting, but maybe their reaction is justified. Maybe their reaction is normal. Coffee. Coffee. So yeah, it's justified. You know, it's a beautiful thing. People are allowed to feel, and it feels. And it's funny because this video started with me saying like, oh, there's this guy in my chat talking French when people would talk in English, and it's not a big deal. It's just the fact that I'm not asking you a lot. You know, I feel like you have to put yourself in the context of your shoes, right? Then you're not gonna come in and do a content creator that's your friend, and start insulting everybody. You didn't insult everybody. That's what I'm saying. You know, your content creators are also your friends sometimes. You know, hopefully. And yeah. So all of this to say, as much as all this to say, as much as I'm not okay with drama, you're learning to accept it. You're learning to deal with it. You know? It's a question of, okay, well, this person is mad. Do I understand why they're mad? Are they justified? Yes. How do I react to that? See, I can feel that your emotion is justified. And then I have to agree that somebody can tell you, hey, I feel like you're insulting me. No, I wasn't insulting you. I understand that you feel that way. So how do you react to it? It's tough. It's tough. How do you react to something like that? You're like, well, I wasn't insulting you. But if they felt attacked, you know, maybe you felt like, you see, it doesn't matter. For example, right, if you break a plate, right, by accident or an accident, the plate is still broken, and that sucks. It's a way of saying that people are justified to react, to feel, to be the way they are. I'm different. I'm fucked. There's a lot of times that when I react to things, I shouldn't react to that. Not think that things annoy me, but they shouldn't annoy me. Like, for example, the girl today who sent me her tits to get attention. That's sad. That's fucking sad. Am I grateful that I got tits? Absolutely. Is that sad? That's very sad. Why? Because she felt the need. This is not normal. Well, this is not normal behavior in the sense of this is not an automatic behavior. This was a learned behavior. So it worked with somebody, then it worked with somebody else, and then it worked with somebody else. Then it said it was gonna work. I met one of my best friends. Again, this is something that I did that was wrong. I love her to death. She tends to text more when she's single. When she's in a relationship, you know that she's in a relationship. She doesn't text you. And she texted me 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And this is one of my best friend. And for the last 9 months, when I want to talk to her, or when we talked, I was the first of the year. And then she texted me. So text me there was a show of Ronnie Radke. And I was like, okay, cool. And she was like, can you go? And I'm like, I'm broke. Which is the truth. And she said, oh, come on, man. I don't want to go alone. So I'm like, that's why you're texting. Okay. Did I feel mad? No. Did I feel annoyed? Absolutely. Was she trying to be a dick? No. Did it make me feel like I was underappreciated? Kind of. Am I gonna be okay? Absolutely. You know. That's pretty much it. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's in my ear. Welcome to the video, welcome to the show. I'm doing well with having a wonderful day on this 22 June 2025. I want to apologize for the clickbait title. Give second chance to a show, and okay, so the title is Give Second Chances, right? And you're supposed to think that I'm talking about somebody. I'm not. I'm talking about the show Overlord. So Overlord is a show, like I told you, I did a video about it already. Overlord is a show that I never gave a fuck about. And I watched it